Thank you so much.
Okay. Enjoy being with you guys tonight. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you, Coach.
You bet, guys.
Oh, Lord, Coach.
Oh, hello. Well, Ryan disappeared. Okay. There he is. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the post-game show, Cougar After Thoughts Show. I am the B-Towns. The little eraser head-looking guy up there on the right is Ryan Monslew. And then we got the Godfather, who needs no introduction. Cougs win a lot to not a lot.
Jr.
First thoughts, Rhino?
Rascal Flatts is at the rodeo. Rascal Flatts is here. I never had any doubt that U of H was going to win this game, but apparently a lot of other people did. I can't.
Ryan, can you hear me? Your mic sounds a bit muffled.
Okay, well, I'm going to go to the press conference and come back.
No. Finish your thought, though.
No. Star Pizza.
You sicken me.
We got Star Pizza, which is delicious.
Yep.
Can't go there right now, but put it on your calendar. Go hit it tomorrow. Go hit it Friday. Go hit it actually every day. It's good for you. I'm proof.
Proven
I just got my blood work back, man. I am in damn good shape.
Proven to improve happiness and reverse depression. That's Star Pizza.
Exactly. Section 12X, folks, everybody gather around. We got another special going on tonight. 10% off.
Whoa, what?
10% off.
Okay.
GoCoogs at the checkout. Ends at midnight. So when Ryan walks away, use that minute or use 2 seconds to sign up. Go to section12x.com, buy your gear, get fit. You gotta look fly. March is here. We got one more road game, and then we're getting into one and done territory. So get up, gear up, get ready.
This is not an endorsement. It's not an endorsement. Connor Wigman here at Petita Center tonight. We're in Section 12X. Not an endorsement. Just a guy that knows gear. You got to figure that guy gets all the clothes for free, right?
Absolutely.
All the clothes. I'm just saying.
Awesome.
I mean, look, if that's not the best endorsement you can get, I mean, that's nothing but winning right there.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go into the press conference. I want to talk to Kelvin about Alvin Brooks and about tonight and his seniors. So I will be back with y'all in just a bit.
See, but go ahead and buy that tonight before midnight, and it will ship out tomorrow, bright and early. So ship out tomorrow. It'll be there for Friday for all Texas customers. So let's get to the game.
That's unfortunate, man. They let my guy AB go. That just kind of shows like
that don't make no sense, man. I mean, come on. Let's talk about that first. Dude, they signed him to a contract extension before the season started.
That just tells you the volatility of your coaching position in collegiate athletics, man. It's
I mean, that's just the weirdest thing ever, man. So I mean, they were in the championship game last year of their tournament. Yeah, they were
a game away.
A little bit. They were on the bubble, but they were right on schedule of where they needed to be. And they fall short this year, and it's like, okay, that's a little rash, but hey, man, it's Lamar. Maybe they feel that they should be better than.
And who they lost to? Will Wade. It's so funny though. Like my dad played for Coach Brooks. So my grandma called me today and was like, "Hey, baby, you seen Coach Brooks got fired? I'm like, Mama Janice, I saw this a day ago. Like, you do realize I'm on social media, you're not. Like, she has no idea. And it's just like, man, it's just crazy how fast the tides can turn on you. You know, it's it's tough. It's tough, man. Last year, a game away from getting to the tournament, and it's in a one bid league. So I mean,
the crazy thing is that you look at where that team was, and hey, this year was a rough year. I mean, it was they I'm not trying to sugarcoat that it wasn't as bad as it looked. But that being said, if you're another coach, unless you're just desperate for a job, they pay shit. They pay their staff shit. So are they all of a sudden going to start throwing a lot of money at NIL?
Yeah.
I mean, are they going to go out and buy a lot of players?
And it's like
that's wild to me, because I mean I'll say this, we are very fortunate we got Coach Sampson when we got him.
Yeah.
Because if you brought a guy in like Coach Sampson right now, I don't think he survives a year struggling or 2 years struggling.
Yeah, this to the
I don't think you're able to build the squad that he built, because while he was able to do it with a lot of transfers, he was able to do it with a lot of transfers who came and stuck. Today, they come here, they rebound where they came from, and all of a sudden they're gone somewhere else. You think?
Yeah.
I mean, think of the money that will be thrown at like Corey Davis at
yeah, it's yeah. But I'm just curious as to the fact that, like, they said they lost 8 or 9 straight, so I think they finished like 12-19. Well, it's like, let's say they won, so 12-19. So that's 27 games, right? Am I tripping? No, am I tripping? 12. That's 12. That's 31 games. 31 games. All right, I had a little bit of drink, so 31 games. So let's say this team goes like Coach Brooks' team, they go like 19-11. Does he retain his job even if there's no NCAA tournament? It's like, I'm just curious as to what's the metric,
right.
You know what I mean? Especially when you're in a one bid league.
Yep.
And I don't know. I just have a hard time, I guess, just seeing the common ground. Granted, you go 12-19, whatever the case may be. That's tough. But like the year before, you won 20 games. Right. And you were a game away, a few points, 7-8 points away from being an NCAA tournament team in a one bid league. That's just, hey, maybe I'm tripping, Towns. Maybe I'm tripping.
Man, basketball is so wild. I mean, it would be different if they let his contract ride. If they let his contract ride and his contract was literally over right now, if they said,
yeah,
we're just going to part ways, that makes complete sense. They signed him to a 3-year extension literally at the beginning of September. How do you go from, we're going to commit to you for another 3 years, to deuces?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, for a school that doesn't have a whole lot of money, they decided that they really wanted to be stupid and pay a big ass buyout. I mean, big relative. I mean, I think he's got to be making less than $500,000.
Hey, man, it is what it is. It be what it be. But, back to the Cougs, man.
77-64. We walked them the entire time, right? I mean, just the score shows is just kind of a blowout, and they probably caught up at the end, just to make the score look a little better, right? That's what happened, right?
Man, I just think that I did not anticipate it being a 40-point blowout that we had at whatever it was that we had at Baylor earlier in the conference season.
Right.
Simply because at that time of the year, Baylor, they didn't know they were bad. You know what I mean? So it's like, and like I say bad with a grain of salt, because once you realize that like let's say this was the American. Like that team had two guys that are going to be NBA players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
I mean, they're going to be first rounders, just a matter of when.
Regardless, and it's like you never know when like talent can just take over a game because you got two first rounders. So it's just like you knew this team was going to come in tonight, let alone being our senior night and them remembering what happened to them. You knew they were going to fight. That's a championship pedigree program. They beat us in the Final Four. So it's like you knew that they were going to come in, play hard, and they probably, at this point of the season, they probably know that they're bad. So now they're trying to ruin other teams' chances to achieve whatever they want to achieve, So it's like, but hats off to our guys for weathering the storm. You're going to get every team's best shot.
I sat there and I watched during the first half. And I'm like, man, okay, we finally went on a little bit of a run, but then they just kept hitting. They just kept hitting everything. Ryan?
Yeah.
You want to talk?
No, I'm listening.
Okay. But they just kept hitting everything. I mean, at one point I looked up, they were 67%. I think they closed out the first half at 50% from three-point line. But I was like, there's no way they're going to do that. And we traded baskets with them for 10 minutes. They weren't hitting the three as much, but we were trading baskets. They were killing us on the boards. At one point, I think they had 13, 14 more rebounds than we did. Then all of a sudden, those shots were falling like they were. And then it became a different ballgame.
Yeah.
What did they shoot from three in the second half? I think it was 1 of 12, 1 of 13.
9%.
That ain't great.
They go from
1
50% to 9.
Water eventually finds its level, man. But when you're playing a team that has nothing to lose, they play with so much more confidence. Because it's like at this point we're playing with house money. It doesn't matter. Like it's almost like a recklessness that you play with because nothing you can do is like wrong in a sense.
Galen, I know Baylor's struggled with some injuries and stuff like that. We've gone through the same thing in the past. But when you've got that much, not just talent, you've got elite talent of guys that are still left. How do they crater the way that they have done this year? And just not been just bad, but been terrible.
I mean, I don't know because like I said, the coaching staff that I come from and the cloth that I'm cut from, those guys, they don't make any excuses.
Right.
It's whoever gets hurt, cool. We know we can't proceed forward with them. So we're gonna proceed forward with who we proceed with. And it just kind of takes me back to that Elite Eight year when we lost multiple starters, and you have backups playing minutes that the starters should have played, and we're still projected as a national title contending team. It's like whenever that happened, everybody thought we were cooked, but the coaching staff they just put guys in positions and they just found ways to win. So it's like it's like you got two bona fide first round draft picks on that Baylor team.
Yeah, I mean both Carr and Yusufu. I mean, those are not just first rounders; those are lottery picks in a normal year. Now, are they one this year? I doubt it.
But regardless, you have
it's nothing to their quality. It's just that's how much depth there is.
You just have two guys that are going to get drafted, and it's just like. It's just I just feel like
I mean, I'm sitting there watching that game, and I'm like, okay, if you give me Yusufu, Carr, and even the Powell guy, I can make something with that. I can make something with those three right there.
I mean, most teams are asking for guys like that. Like, how many teams can we sit here and say they have two bona fide first rounders?
Mm-hmm.
And and it's just like you can sit here and talk about who you don't have, but everybody that you have, you recruited and they're on scholarship, and those guys should be able to produce. Like nobody was feeling bad for Tajay when folks went down and he had to step up and put on his big boy pants and put the work in. Nobody was feeling bad for him. It's like, can you do it or not?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody was willing to take no for an answer. So it's just like, it's kind of hard for me to empathize with power, with multiple decade Power 5 programs who may have had injuries, but you got multiple draft picks, multiple bona fide, for sure, first round. I can't really empathize with you, brother. We done made more shake with less. We didn't have to survive off ramen noodles, and you've been eating steak. Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I have a feeling that Drew's he's on the not on the way out, but I think he's slipping.
I don't think
he's
so.
caught. I think you've been caught slipping.
I don't think so.
Well, the thing is man, he's making. Well, first off, he has to turn over his roster every year because apparently nobody wants to stay there. A lot of people want to go, but ain't nobody staying. I mean, he had an entire brand new team this year.
I mean,
why is that?
I feel like I can only kind of correlate that to like Coach Sam bringing a natty, and then 3 years later, there's like 3-4 years later, it's like you brought the only natty to this program.
Mm-hmm. Oh no,
like
I don't think he's going to get fired. I just think he's on the downslope. But then again, whenever you come in and you add somebody like U of H, and then you add another program like Arizona, and then you see an improvement in Texas Tech and Iowa State, all of a sudden you've got five or six teams that are legit fighting for, top 3 seeds in the conference.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it's like I see what you're saying, but it's like that guy in recent memory took away a national title game for us. So it's like, man, it's kind of hard for me to, but I get what you're saying though, because it hasn't really been in their favor since, but I mean, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It happened. So I guess we'll see. I wonder what's his contract like?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he got a big extension because remember he was in the running at Kansas when they hired Pope from BYU.
But
Or not
Kentucky?
Kansas. He was in the running for Kentucky whenever they hired Pope from BYU.
Mm.
Who knows? Maybe Pope is on the way out at Kentucky and he says, "Hey, can you take me?" I don't know.
Oh man, yeah, it's.
We know what's going to happen, right? Tangang is going to show up again, and he's going to get a briefcase, and they'll be probably pretty solid again. I mean, they were a really good partnership, and it's not a surprise to me that they're slipping a little bit after Tang leaves because, like we were talking about last show, your assistants are so vital to your success.
Yeah, and it's like I mean, I guess it took me like growing up to realize this, but like not everybody's built to be a head coach.
No.
Sometimes like the role that you excel in the most, it's probably like your ceiling is probably an assistant coach because that's the most that you can get out of. And that's okay. You can still make a crap ton of money being an assistant coach, but it's just like, I just noticed not everybody has that head coaching personality, that pedigree, that just what it takes to be that day in and day out for a long lasting period of time. And it's just like, you got to be honest with what your ceiling is.
In the past, it made sense for a lot of coaches, and this goes to every sport in college, as far as football and basketball goes. But if you wanted to get paid, you had to go be a head coach. So people would take jobs that they might not be ready for. They might not, but guess what they can do now? They can be an assistant and they can make $1 million, $2 million. It's like you're set for life. So you know what? If you love being an assistant coach, you never have to go be a head coach because now you're what was formerly head coach money, because the only way you were going to get $1 million plus was going to be a head coach. Now you don't got to do that. I mean, hell, Mikhail McLean's making near that at Kentucky as like the 7th assistant. I don't know what he is, but I know he's an assistant.
Shout out my guy Kel, man. Shout out, hey, Kel got me through it.
And he got a 10x raise going to Kentucky. I think the guy, I don't remember I've never seen what he's making, but I remember I looked up the guy that he was replacing, the level that he was replacing, made like $850,000. I was like, whoa, that is an improvement. All of a sudden, your life has changed.
Nah, man, Kel's, and he's like he's one of those guys that's deserved. But anyway, back to the Cougs, man. Back to the Cougs. We drifted off into the damn weeds, Towns. Hey, man, happy our guys. They were able to find a way to win. You know you're gonna get every team's best shot, and it's a you prefer the guys who. The guys who are seniors, the guys who that invested so much into your program, and the guys that that have taken your programs to heights that they haven't seen in a long time. You want those guys to have a great exit, and it's just like, granted, obviously the priority is to win, but it's like you want those guys' last home game, like where it all started, you want it to end as sweet as the beginning.
Yes.
And regardless if that happened or not tonight, it's just like, man, I'm just happy that we were able to see these guys' maturity evolve, their roles evolve, their character evolve, their maturity evolve, and better yet, those guys learn the importance of sacrificing, the importance of winning, and the importance of knowing your role in winning.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think I seen somebody say something about Emanuel, what he did as a freshman. Like, I think as a redshirt freshman, and it's like, I'm watching ESPN. Q was on number 9 on Quentin Grimes is number 9 on the SC top 10. Crazy. Anyway, but they were talking about what E-Man did as like a redshirt freshman, regardless, and it's like, you don't realize that you watch these guys in such a short window. And it's like how fast they grow up, how fast they mature, how fast they become a player that they weren't when you first saw them. It happens so fast, and it's just like you said, you were earlier in the year. You were saying like I want the season to go by slow because you want to just be able to enjoy this team, and it's like that's the case with every team, and it's just like, man, it's. It's just special when you are able to watch the Towns is like, I correlated. I'm talking too much, but fuck it. It's senior night. But anyway, but fuck it. That's 2 of my 5. It's almost like when when you see like a family member, you were younger, and you see them when you grow up, and they be like, oh, I remember when you was this big. And you have no idea who they are.
Yep.
It's almost kind of similar to that. It's like, man, I can't believe you made this much growth. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's kind of surreal, and it's just like, that's just what I feel with these guys. Like, is the game that made Ramon started at Temple when he was a freshman at Temple, and we had all those injuries, and he was just making winning play after winning play, stepping up to the plate, doing what he needed to do. And it's just like, you kind of forget that, like, where it all started with these guys,
E-Man is, I mean, I remember him whenever he originally signed, he signed early, and instead of getting his normal kind of glow up that a lot of players get, he ended up getting hurt. Usually you get that glow up your senior year, the summer, and that's when you start going off at AAU.
He came in hurt. He came in.
Well, he got hurt, and he was gonna miss his high school season. So they said, "Screw it, why don't you come rehab here?" And I remember seeing pictures of him, and I mean, going back and looking at Coach Bishop's Twitter, of just him working by himself, just him all by himself, doing that until June, until he can finally get in with everybody else and really start to mix it up. And then year by year by year, all of a sudden you see his body completely change, his everything about him change. You see him go from a kind of a pudgy little kid to a grown ass man. And like 150 tattoos later,
Yeah.
That's what he is.
And I think they said like I think it was like 18 months that went in between the last game he played to the next one. And it's just like, you got to think as like an 18, 19-year-old kid, you don't know what the light at the end of the tunnel looks like. You're just operating on blind faith. And it's just like the amount of, because I went through an injury, I had surgery, and I wasn't able to play for 3-4 months. And it's like the amount of doubt that I had within myself in that short period of time, like it can really eat you alive.
Right.
And for him to have something that was literally almost 5 times longer of a period of time, like you can only imagine what a kid like that is going through, let alone you're going through that while becoming a part of a program of this stature. And it's just like it's just different, man. It's just different. It's like that's a different mental battle that you have to face daily. And for him to be able to overcome that with the magnitude of the injury that he had, hey, man, I appreciate being able to witness that journey firsthand. It's truly a gift, truly a privilege.
I mean, and I really hope that U of H can continue to churn out 4-year, 5-year guys, because that's what I enjoyed the most. I mean, we're not going to get as many as we've had probably, because I mean that's just
Nature of the beast.
It's just hard to. It's going to be near impossible to do. But seeing that journey from the time that they're literal kids, 18 years old coming in. 17, 18 years old. I mean, even guys like Mercy. I mean, you develop affinity for a guy like that because he committed to us when he was like 15 years old. And so fans that are invested and really paying attention, you're watching him throughout his high school years. I mean, I remember watching Jarris. Jarris was a one and done, but I was watching him at IMG well before then, or with Terrence at Beaumont. That's just what we do, and I hope we can maintain that. It looks like I think we got some guys who are going to be around for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, and granted, you hope you're able to get the consensus 4 or 5-star guys consistently that they might not be around to have a senior night. Like, granted, it was Moan, E-Man, Kalifa, Los, but it was 4 seniors, but you're gonna lose 6 guys. And It's just like when you're able to have guys that are doing 1 year in college and they're producing at the level that they need to produce at, and let alone aside from that, you're able to witness how much they grow and get better as a player. That speaks to your program. And it's just like, regardless, if we're able to continue to get guys like that, that means those are guys who believe in Coach Sampson, believe in his vision, believe in how he can help them get to the next level. And it's just like, I just hope that we can continue to kind of have that standard as a program moving forward. Because granted, having guys who are there for multiple years is great, but having guys who know they're not going to be in college and can go anywhere, but choose to be a part of what we're trying to build, I feel like that just means a little more. So,
what did you think? What did you think about the game overall?
I mean, it went about as expected. Like, you got guys who it's emotional, and the team that you're playing against, that they're going to do their best, be their best in order to be able to ruin that type of night. So I knew that.
Tell me about tell me about going to another team's floor on senior night.
Yeah,
What's your mentality when you do that?
Your literal goal is okay. So I used 2 of my 5. I'm gonna save it. The literal goal is F your senior night. We're here to get a dub. And it's like, you know what? I hope your senior night doesn't go. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure your senior night doesn't go as planned. That's just the mentality. And it's just like, you know, especially when you got a team whose season hasn't went the way that they wanted, you can, like the coaching staff, their message is, yeah, this has happened to this, but we have a chance to do this. We have a chance to make a statement. We have a chance to beat Houston. And it's like when you got a group of guys who have nothing to lose but a lot to gain, you playing with house money. So it's like your mentality going in there is like, F everybody in here. We trying to win. Even though that this win may not do nothing for us in terms of our goals, this is going to do something for our pride. And it's just like, it gets to a point when you're a competitor and things haven't been going your way, that you're gonna play for that pride. You're gonna play, you know what I mean? So it's like I get it. And it's like I knew that it wasn't gonna be an easy game. I knew it was gonna be kind of mucky, kind of muddy. But like I just knew that at the end that we be victorious. So the game, in my perspective, went kind of according as planned.
Yeah. It went about how I expected, but then again, the way it got there was completely unexpected, because here's some crazy shit tonight. JoJo. Who the hell was that? Who the hell was that? I'm not going to say I told you so, but I fucking told you so, that maybe let him come off the bench. Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, I mean, hey, you what you're saying, although I can
one
sit
foul.
here, disagree
One
with my
foul,
ego.
dude.
Disagree
One
with my
foul.
ego. The facts state otherwise, Towns, and since the facts say otherwise, I have to be objective and say you were right. Everybody who said so, y'all were right. Y'all were right, man. That was a dip. And that was like just like the main takeaway from, aside from Chase McCarty just being a monster, the main takeaway was Joseph's, excuse me, JoJo. He earned the name. I can't even call him Joseph. You earned JoJo tonight. The difference in him between one game to the next, you exercise discernment, brother.
And I literally saw him pull off about four or five plays where he was about to foul somebody. He's like, nope. He stopped. And it was those ones that he normally would do where he over pursues a defensive rebound, and he usually gets fouled reaching in when the guy takes off. But he did that well, and he looked to score offensively. I don't need you to score every time, and I'm going to transfer this also. I'm going to include Milos as well, because I thought he played excellent tonight. I don't need him
go down shooting.
I don't need him. I do not need him to score every time. You'd love for him to score those 7 or 8 footers, but the fact that he attacked the paint changed everything about the game. It opens up everybody else. And JoJo being a threat offensively. See, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good that they had a game like this late, because if I would have saw this in December, I would literally be through the roof and say we're going to win 2 national titles this year.
Yeah. Oh, so is 14 his season high?
I don't know, but
it's like
that's
the
season low.
That's one of his better offensive outputs. He looked decisive and he looked sure of what he was going to do. And but we can talk about his production on the offensive end, but it was his best defensive discernment game.
Yeah, I mean,
by a mile.
He played 30 minutes. I mean, that's only like the 4th time in his entire career, and that's near 100 games.
You get one and every 25 games, we'll get it.
Maybe it's a sign of things to come. Maybe it's just a one-shot wonder, but damn, it was really nice to see.
Good to see, man. That's all it is. It was good to see.
Yeah, I mean, he played extremely well. He played with his head. Just great to see. And I know Milos was he like 1 of 12 at one point or something like that? I was like, keep shooting, man. You're in the right spot.
He was missing good looks. So it's like I'll never get mad at a guy who's shooting shots that he may be missing, but he's more than capable of making. So
Ryan, welcome back.
Star Pizza.
good people. Better pizza. Get your Star Pizza.
Good pizza, better prices. Not an endorsement. Not an endorsement. Just a guy wearing a hoodie. That's all. Just a guy wearing a hoodie.
It's pretty fly.
Pretty fly. Y'all talked about that Joseph Tugler guy, and you talked about the Milos and that Emanuel fella.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all covered everything. Stay tuned for 4 quarters. 21 hours from now, they'll have Amari Thomas on the show tomorrow night. Spring football starts Monday. Get this basketball out of your system and let's get ready for spring football. And but we'll do basketball for one more night. Kellen Sampson joins us Sunday night for talking about them Cougars going into the Big 12 tournament. Kellen's going to hang out for 45 minutes or 3 hours or however long we make him stay.
It's turning into an annual tradition right before the tournament.
Yep.
Another one bites the dust.
Everybody watching who's going to be there, we're not going to ask him if they're going to tank the tournament.
No, we're not. Not this year.
Well, we already know the answer. The scoreboard's on. We're playing to win.
Absolutely.
The Big 12 debuted their new court today. I don't know if y'all saw it. Looks pretty good.
Facts.
Looks pretty good to me.
Facts. That's one of them ones right there, twin. That's one of them ones, Brio.
Yeah. They're just talking forever tonight. It's taking forever. Little ceremony after the game. Let the seniors talk. Even Kalifa talked. He didn't really want to, but he talked for a bit.
Good for him.
LJ Cryer was here, seeing his former teammates at Baylor and at U of H, and got his Final Four and Big 12 title rings, which is pretty cool. He hadn't been around for a game to get those, so he got them. He's happy. That's all I got from here, guys. Have y'all looked at comments at all?
No.
Not at all.
Okay. Let's
We got other shit we were talking about.
That's a weakness. That's a weakness of Towns and I. We don't really be looking at the comments.
I'm going to keep an eye on them. Yes.
Time out.
I think you just want to stir the pot.
Brother, listen. Is he one? Hey, this is hey.
hang on. Can we go back to Kingston? Real quick? Because the internet stopped when that question was put on the screen.
Wow, because
I think it's possible he will play somewhere else next year.
That isn't collegiate.
Probably not.
Since we don't know.
He's not going in the portal.
Yeah. His portal includes the NBA.
see, Mac was just amazed, like as we were.
Yeah, Big Mac. Name change. Okay, I see you.
Got the dub on senior night. Let's go, Cougs. Let's see. Senior night, great finish. Thank you, seniors, for your contributions. Absolutely. Thank you for staying awake long enough to start the show, Mom. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You'll be seeing this portion of the show probably at 5 in the morning.
PT.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chase McCarty minutes tonight were big again. Great spark bench lately. Yeah, he is.
Chase grew up tonight.
He's filling a role.
Yeah.
Hey, he's definitely like an investment that is trending in the right direction. That kid is tough. That kid, his impact is
Yeah. Okay, Towns, when you put them, there you go.
Great win. A lot of emotions in the building tonight. Team started clicking when they needed to. It sounded just on TV. It sounded like the crowd was just ready to explode the entire night, just waiting for a chance to.
Yeah.
We just couldn't get anything going back to back to back. And then once we did, all of a sudden it got pretty dang loud, at least in the broadcast.
Can I tell y'all what a team player I am? Bluff McIver is here, and his phone was dead. I mean, it was dead, deader than dead. It was Towns trying to get an erection dead. I mean, that's how dead it was. And I charged his phone up for him so he can go do the Pod Slamma Jamma show. I'm just a delight. That's all.
Man, we could win with guys like Monso.
Yeah. Just trying to be a good teammate.
The walkout moment for Sharp was extra emotional. Thanks for all the memories. 2-1. Still got more. I thought this was interesting. The entire Big 12 got upset last night. Glad we weren't one to get upset on senior night. At the end of the game, ESPN, I don't know if they put up a graphic or they were just talking about it, but U of H has won like 45 straight against unranked opponents and lead the country in that metric. And, when you think about it, it's like, they're unranked opponents. It's like, I know. Guess what? Every year people are getting beat by unranked opponents.
Nonstop.
I mean,
Last night,
the difference in the separation in the Big 12 the last 3 years, other than U of H being great, is the people in the chase losing to unranked opponents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Texas Tech losing to Arizona State. Who was it last night that lost to Arizona State? Kansas lost to Arizona State. Teams losing to UCF.
What does John Rothstein say? The epitome of brutality.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
can I give a few more stats real quick?
Absolutely, brother.
U of H is 5-0 against Baylor in the Big 12. Kelvin Sampson is now 27-1 in his career against Baylor. We all know what that one was, but
yeah.
Houston is now 25-4 against Baylor in the city of Houston. 25-4. They have not lost in the city of Houston in 37 years to Baylor. Now, they didn't play there for a while, but that's pretty good. That's all. That's all I have.
Nice.
That's crazy.
We got to highlight every Facebook thing I get. Yes, awesome win. Go Cougs.
Yes. Hi, Facebook.
I wonder if head coaches are aware of how long they went without beating a guy. Like other head coaches.
When it comes to Coach
Do
Sampson,
you think Kelvin doesn't know? Do you think that just somehow would get past him?
I was thinking more so of, does Scott Drew know?
For sure. 100%.
oh, he knows who his daddy is.
But Scott Drew got the one that he needed.
Yeah.
He gets his spanking. They're just lucky we weren't in the Big 12 back then because they would never got there.
Easy. They were the best team in the country that year. Got everything they deserved.
Let's see.
Since
Miller-
we're highlighting seniors real quick,
Yeah.
CC Merchant, who has been a student manager, it feels like for 30 years, had her senior night tonight. She is the last of the student managers that we did the NIL for like 3 or 4 years ago. I know she's rebounded for you, Galen. She rebounded for everybody in this program. She has been in the gym as much as anyone not named Ryan Elvin that I've ever seen. So shout out to CC. Good lady. Very happy for her.
Facts.
Okay, now let's go to the others.
You know, I was thinking about it. We were struggling, and finally, we got out on a break, and E-Man hit a big three, and then he got his fourth foul and came out, and then we went on a big run after McCarty came in. I thought it was kind of an interesting kind of passing of the guard of McCarty comes in, all of a sudden everything goes haywire for the good. It's like, you know, that's
Get used to it.
that's what's coming. That's what's coming. Because it says Miller and McCarty next year starters. I don't see why not.
They're your two linchpins.
I mean, Harwell's going to be right there. I think between those three, it won't matter who starts. I think those guys are going to get 28 to 32 minutes a night.
Yeah.
If you go get a legit point guard, you have to feel really good about where you are next year.
Oh yeah, and we will.
Yeah. But I mean, like Baylor, they missed. That they had a guy leave late and they missed on who they needed to get. And your season's crap. You just can't miss. And U of H is not. But yeah.
I just felt there's just something about having guys who have, like, this year we have it, like, you have guys who have positional size. A few extra inches on someone's height and someone's arm span, that never hurt nobody, so it's like, it's when you have positional size, you always, in a sense, kind of, it gives you a bit more of a chance, in my opinion, especially with our coaching.
Name 5 to 10 high school one and dones the last 20 years. Well, he's not a
5 to 10 or 5'10".
In the last,
6'4".
It has to be 5'10" because it's not 5 to 10.
you can just go down the Kentucky roster for the last.
Yeah.
Kentucky,
Kentucky, Kansas, Duke.
Yeah, that's not hard at all. Pause.
I mean,
that.
well, you were just saying a couple inches never hurt anyone. So
I said a couple inches on his height.
Oh, okay.
And a
Just
couple
checking.
inches on his arm span. I made
Okay.
sure to pause proof them statements, brother.
Okay. Only 22 high major scholarship players celebrating their senior night that played at just one place. U of H has 2, Ramon Walker, Emanuel Sharp. It is crazy that is only 22 guys. And that U of H has 9% of them. You know how I know that math? It's 1 out of 11. The same number that Baylor shot in the second half from 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ryan, you must be stopped, bro. Because why do you know this shit?
I got numbers. That's all I got. Coach Sampson talked nicely about Mercy before the game yesterday. Why is his leash so short? One mistake and he's out. Well, he got yanked when you could not afford mistakes. He had 2 turnovers. He tried a no-look pass to Emanuel, and it goes out of bounds on the sideline. You're not in a position that you can make those plays.
A necessary yank, for sure.
Yeah, I think I didn't have a problem with it. I want him to have more leash, but it's situational. And tonight, you were not in a position to, you just weren't in that position. No former teammates for LJ at Baylor, whole new team. I got that wrong. That's on me. Doug Sermons is such an asshole. You know, when we have conditioned people to know referees' names, that can't be good.
Hey, I
Can't be
personally,
good.
I like Doug.
I figured.
I mean, he was always like he was always cool with me. Like he always, I thought he was fair. Could be wrong, but
Last night in Tempe against what he did with Bill Self was a flippin' joke.
I have nothing to do with what he does with Bill Self. I'm just only talking about how I felt about him with the Cougars.
I knew that this was all about you. I understand that.
No, I said the Cougars. It's like, brother, you know what I'm saying?
But and frankly, he only had one egregious call tonight, and it was a tie-up underneath the other basket.
I can live with
was
that.
Clearly not. Yeah. If a referee has 140 possessions and screws up once, that's pretty damn good.
Pretty, brother.
And they let U of H play quite a bit. So, is it true there will be a watch party at Fertitta Center for Selection Sunday? Yes. Been hearing about this for a little while. They confirmed it on the screens. I asked Eddie Nunez about it after the game. He said it's happening. There's no reason to keep it at the Post Oak Hotel and exclude people. Bring people. It'll be a nominal charge to get in. All that money will go to NIL. So it gives you a chance to start a new tradition. And I think it's the right one. I think it's a great idea.
That's hard.
Yeah, share everything with all the fans. Absolutely.
It's a weird sentiment. I don't know. Maybe it will work. Maybe it won't.
We got some good comments.
Oh. Props to Galena on the voiceover.
I'm sure.
For the-
Yeah, I'm sure. That's the one you picked, Ryan.
Hey,
Of course.
yeah, good job.
Of course.
I had never seen that.
For the city.
Hey,
I have
you heard
never
me.
seen Galen and Galena. It just
Galen.
never has clicked. In
I
my
ain't
head.
gonna lie.
It is smooth.
Like
for itself.
I sent two voice memos out of, and it was like it took me 3 takes.
Nice.
Almost no time.
Sounded like a chef from South Park. Oh yeah.
Wow, you're a racist.
Welcome to University.
I turned on my Morgan Freeman for this for this our team, our program. Oh,
Like
McCarty
pimping with that voice.
pimping. McCarty is a cheat code. G talked about him last time. He's always been the Energizer Bunny off the bench,
hold on, wait, y'all.
especially if he gets to play the 3. What finish would make y'all happy this season? Those 4-quarter kids are pointing at me. I don't like it.
I mean, if we get to the Sweet 16, I'm done. That's it. I mean, that's the most I could ever hope for. Anything after that's gravy. Ryan's frozen. Okay.
Yeah, super. I almost prefer him that way. Oh damn, he's back. He's thawed.
A little concerned the way that picture froze, though.
Uh-oh. Was it bad? Yeah.
Kind of.
Whoever knows. This internet does not love
Alan,
me.
what finish would make you happy this year?
I beg your pardon. What do you mean?
What finish? With U of H.
Oh, like in conference play?
No, for the year.
Like in March Madness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, would make me happy. Granted, I didn't even hear what y'all had to say, but I mean, something that's satisfactory at bare minimum is definitely making it to the second weekend.
Yeah.
You just giving yourself a chance to have a chance. Second
Yeah.
weekend.
Second weekend, Sweet 16. That's
Yeah.
if we get to the Sweet 16 any year,
Anything is possible.
I'm happy
Yeah.
that they've achieved everything. I mean, I wish you, of course, you wish you could win the you want to win the Big 12 title every year, but I mean, even Kansas didn't do that. So, you know,
Yeah. I definitely say yeah, second weekend for sure. And it's like because I'll never forget Coach Sampson, his message being to us that like get to that second weekend and you get to the end of that second weekend, you're 40 minutes away from being 40 minutes away.
Yep.
And that time of the year, that's all you can ask for. And it's just like, I was like, his ability to be able to condense something and like simplify it, like it's just, hey, 40 minutes away. You don't have to be the best team for 7 games in the series of 7 games. Be the best team for 40 minutes.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I thought, but for Harrow and Poole, those two teams would have gone to the Elite Eight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, you've had that thought once or twice.
Me for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's just so funny because like I mean, I'm sure I've said this before, but my first year playing professionally, I played with this guy named Keldon Johnson, who was a starting small forward on Kentucky, and he was the first round draft pick by the Spurs. So we were in summer league together. We spent our first year playing professional together, and all he was talking about was how, like, all he would ever mention was like how he doesn't know how they won that game. And he was just like, I'll never get like Coach, like we were in a huddle and like Coach Sampson had made Armani cry. Granted, he made us all cry, but he made Armani cry. And he was like, son, fucking God, whatever he was saying. Money was, all right. Monty started pulling from the logo, and then Keldon was guarding Monty. And so Monty was hitting these threes from like 30, 40 feet out. And Cal was yelling at Keldon. And then Kay was like, Coach, he's shooting from half court. What the fuck you want me to do? And I was like, yeah, that's why Sam made him cry. Because whenever Monty got emotional, he didn't care about how far he was. Like it was going in the air. And it's like that got us back in the game. Like,
Okay,
Well, like-
timeout.
Like tonight, go ahead.
Did he make y'all cry in the huddle often, or just
No,
make you
it's like-
cry
it's
like
like-
at other times?
like
Because
since-
that seems kind of odd.
but it's like Sam, he knows what buttons to press at whatever time. So it's
Okay.
like throughout the year, he's gonna generate some tears out of you whenever he needs to generate a certain reaction. That's like part of the relationship that he cultivates with you. So,
But I mean, doing it in a huddle in the second round of the tournament just seems like that's a little intense.
yeah, and then we came back and took the lead. So yeah, it seemed
Or
intense.
the third round. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it seemed intense, but shit, it worked. So
Hey.
he was like, Monty, you're playing like XYZ. I ain't know. Okay, bring it. Okay, bring it in then.
Prove it.
Yeah, proof, and then boom, we get 3-4 threes in a row from Steph Curry range, and all of a sudden we're in the lead. It was like, well, brother, you should did this earlier.
Exactly.
But we didn't have no bigs. We didn't like all of our bigs were in foul trouble. It was like he just did what he had to do. So it's like, and for that to be the only thing that Keldon hung his hat on the entire year, you know, that was just funny to me.
I'm glad JoJo showed everybody tonight because he's my favorite player, and I knew he could do it. He was going to do it. Give him time. You know what, Bob? I'm glad he did it, not for me, not for anybody else. I'm glad he did it for him so he could prove to himself that, damn, I can play with some discernment, and I can be the player that I need to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it really resonates with him that it's one of those where he can understand that there's that line of between controlled chaos and completely reckless. Because he's 90% of the time he's completely reckless. But he gave himself an opportunity to let his talent take over.
Mm-hmm.
And his talent is, I mean, you look at his potential. I mean, for his production to talk about anybody to talk about draft or NBA future, it's insane. It doesn't make any sense when you watch the kid play. And you're like, oh God, I get it.
Yeah.
If he could play 30 minutes a night and stay out of foul trouble, yeah, he could be a beast.
You know, the funny thing about potential, Coach Sampson has this quote, and he was just like, son, you know what potential means? You haven't did it yet. He's like, on his tombstone, it's gonna say he had potential.
Yeah.
You just ain't did it yet, man. So it's like, yeah, we can have this version of you in our minds based on what you can achieve with the gifts that you possess, but you have to make that a reality. You know, and that's just the bottom line.
Okay.
Ryan, can you tell us more about the Selection Sunday event? You got any more information on that?
So I'm getting different things coming at me. Eddie told me it would be a nominal price. Someone that scanned the thing said it's going to be a lot of money. So I don't have that yet. If we can get something, I'll get it to you. But I'm hearing two different things, and I don't want to tell you something and then you blame me.
Very wise.
Yeah. So Galen's dipping out for just a second. Brad and Ryan. Star Pizza. The Ritz. Section 12X. Where do you want to go first? How about this? Actually, we'll wait for him on that. You thought Sermons was kind of an asshole yesterday, huh?
It wasn't his argument, and then he put his little bunny ears up and jumped in the middle of it.
Yes.
And got the ejection. He shouldn't be. That's none of his business.
Yeah. So when the foul occurred, he was on the far side of the floor and the complete caddy corner from Bill Self. And he weaved his way over there and heard it from 20 plus feet away, 30 feet away. He wasn't close, but he decided it. I mean, that almost felt like a screw job from the start.
Well, I mean,
I don't like to think that way, but it seemed intentional.
Check Kalshi and tell me what the odds were of Bill Self getting ejected last night.
Well, it had only happened once in 25 years. So
and let's check his internet history. A little fishy, you know. I mean, he literally went. It's like an umpire, just with his rabbit ears up, with his ear in the dugout, waiting to hear anything. As soon as he does, jumps on it like a bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with your internet. Tonight, sponsored by AOL.
Is it really bad? Because
yeah, it's
I had it
like 240p.
That's weird. I had it
got mail
plugged into the. I had it hardwired. The hardwire was the issue. Is it still that way? I don't care. This is what you got.
Right now.
And see, it shows that I'm moving. Okay. Well, then you can go and do this by yourself.
I don't know what else we want to talk about on the boobs, but let's
Bring me back home. What it do, Ski?
I know what I would talk about like boobs, but I mean I don't think we want to go there tonight.
Yeah, not on senior night, man. It's been an emotional roller coaster. You know,
it's not that late.
So
Okay, since you're back, Galen, here's the topic. AJ DeBonsta said yesterday that he might not leave college. He might come back and play another year.
he has a better chance of. Excuse me. Let me not say that.
Yeah. How about
I have a better chance of smoking a cigarette underwater than he has coming back to college basketball. Next statement. Next question. I'm not about to entertain foolishness from a potential and highly likely lottery pick.
Well, he is a lottery pick. He's possibly the number one pick overall.
Highly likely number one pick.
The probable number one pick in the draft next year.
His brother, I almost said
make
something.
Cases for a lot of dudes coming back, but he ain't one of them. Speaking of dudes coming back,
good.
How far has Tahad Pettiford at Auburn fallen? I mean, maybe he falls far enough to land in Houston. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Okay. Hang on. It's $15 for GA and $150 for Sideline Club. A GA ticket costs $150. Okay, so that's
Fair
if
enough.
several of y'all are saying that, I feel good with it. There was just some erroneous information, and I'm glad we didn't share it because that would have. No, anyways.
Pettiford, I don't know. I mean,
well, he went in. He started the season last year as he's definitely a one and done guy. It's like,
I mean, if you're looking at you're just looking at the numbers, it's like I can see it, but you're looking at the numbers of a guy who's next to some guys, so it's like it's a bit skewed.
It's a crazy year, man. I went over and I was looking at all the players that
Still
are
a talent, though. Still a talent for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And there's, I mean, you want to get to the league to get the highest bonus you possibly can, so you can get in and get your next contract to make the real money. But how much of that is about going to the right place? I mean, do you think Jarris Walker would be in the place he is had he not gone to Indiana and play for Rick Carlisle, who is willing to give him 2.5 years basically to develop?
Yeah. But I think with a guy like Tahad Pettiford at the collegiate level, you're aware that like he's dangerous. So like I don't know if he's like if his size like allows him to be like the guy, but you put him around some other good players, he can definitely elevate your program with his production. He's definitely like he has one of those he has that it gene, like for sure. We've seen it firsthand. Can't deny that. You did it against a realist. So yeah, brother, I respect you for sure. Respect you. But I mean, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I definitely think dealing with Coach Sampson helped Jarris make that transition, because it was a couple of practices, especially early on, that I seen with my own eyes, and it was just like nobody is safe from that butt chewing. I don't want to use one of my nobody is exempt from it. So it's what I seen with my own eyes. It's that was coaching, and that was coaching at the highest level.
BW97556. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it very much.
Did anyone see the fight in the South Alabama Coastal Carolina women's game where the ref got knocked out?
How did you know that said South Alabama? I thought that was United.
No, they go by the University of South Alabama, USA. That's what they chant at their games. How can you root against them? USA. Okay, all right. I went there in 2005 for a game. Tom Penders brought a team there, and then flew to Las Vegas for a game, and then flew to Denton. I did that whole season, and I have no idea how Murray Stinson does it year after year after year, because I did 1 year of it, and I was like, I'm never doing this again. Anyways, yes, that was awesome. They suspended all the girls that were involved. South Alabama says it's bullshit. Oh, it's such a great story that I wish I had more time with.
Think about this. Think about this, though, man. You go back. You're the referee. You go back to the hotel and you're getting all your stuff together. It's like, man, I can't. First off, I've got to call women's basketball, and then I get my ass knocked out by a woman. Like, man, this is not going the way I thought it was going to go.
Oh, man. He said that was
Brad.towns@gmail.com.
God, no one watches this shit, or I'd be really embarrassed. Yeah, welcome to Sports Center. Top 10.
Towns, I do not agree nor support what you just said.
Ain't nobody watching that.
Oh, man.
Well, everybody's seen it now.
Well,
I'm watching it.
They're watching the dude that got knocked out.
Oh, man.
And man, imagine him having to go through the airport and him got like a big old shiner on his eye. Woohoo! What happened, sir? Walmart. Hey, it was. I'd just say Waffle House, man.
I fell. I hit a pole.
Hey, Waffle House. You know how
Pause.
Waffle House.
Ryan, I'm about to get on you. No, you didn't.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you.
I miss Stats by Starnes.
Facts.
Michelle, I adore you, but you're the only one. You're the only one.
I'm the second.
I tried to redeem that young man, and it just didn't work.
Stats by Starnes.
Did y'all see the statement Louisville put out yesterday? This is one of the most bizarre things you'll ever see. Louisville basically said college athletics is running out of time. The clock is ticking. And then they went through all of these schools that are losing all this money. And it's hard to feel bad for Louisville.
Yeah.
I don't.
I missed the statement. I'm totally out of context. I have no clue what we're talking about.
So Louisville is losing $12 million a year or so. They had a $34 million surplus. Okay, I just got.
That's crazy.
You thought the internet was bad before. They had a $34 million surplus, and they've whittled it down to $3.4 million. So they blew through 90% of it. And they're trying to couch this in, well, this is everybody's problem, which it is. But because everybody's dealing with a different set of rules from state to state,
Yeah.
from, you have to follow the CSC thing, and then you don't, and then you're capped at 20.5, and then you're not. It's just, that part of it I agree with. But this is basically their AD, a trustee, and the school president covering their own asses. So we can talk more about that Sunday when we just have more time to go into this, because I don't want to go off kind of half-assed. Yeah. And not really understand what I want to say and what I think about it. How about the fog machine as Bill Self was walking out of the arena? That guy, whoever did that, elite work. Congrats to you.
See, here's the thing that now that people are starting to pay attention, when they look at the financials or when they're going through this, they're also reporting that school funds that schools have always been giving, and they've always counted as revenue, they're noticing that and saying adding that into their losses of the athletic department, that and student fees. Whereas in the past, that was all considered revenue. Normal people who are used to looking at normal businesses see that and say, well, that's not revenue. That's money coming from the school. So that's your quote unquote shortfall. And, that's always been the case. Every school's been, not every school. Most schools outside of about maybe 20, we're losing money. Everybody's being subsidized.
Depending on how you can cook the numbers any way you want.
Absolutely.
And schools are doing that. And so you don't really know who's really being subsidized and who's losing their ass and who's kind of there and maybe not. Anyways, we'll go into that more later this week. Have you discussed the new UH money guy that was recently hired from Texas Tech? Does it move the needle? I don't think so. I think money would move the needle, but a money guy, I don't know. I don't think it does.
Well,
I did talk to Eddie tonight. So Duarte had an interview with Eddie, and he said I could share this. Interviewed him today, and Eddie said that all the additional money from the Big 12 media contract will be going to rev share. I followed up and asked Eddie, are you going to fully fund rev share this next season? And he said, yes, they are going to fully fund. So the 20.5 or whatever that number is, they're going to fully fund that in 26, 27. So that was something we talked about with JD on Sunday night and just got a little more information about it. I wanted to share. Okay. The crowd was jumping for the final 8 minutes. It got as loud in here as it has all season. There was a genuine explosion when Kingston stole that ball and took it the length of the court and scored. I think that's when Scott Drew called the timeout. But that was elite.
Ryan, have the post-game pictures come in to you yet?
I cannot imagine they have.
I am very, very anxious to see if we got a good shot of Kingston's dunk tonight, because I literally thought his head was going to go over the rim.
I don't know.
It's like he's had some really athletic layups, but he hasn't had as many dunks as I thought he could have with his athleticism.
It doesn't seem like it's really a part of the nature of a lot of the U of H teams. Because, there's so many times where I'm like, oh, God, just rip the freaking rim off the
But
back.
it's like, he's probably, like him and Tajay, they're probably the most athletic guards that we've had in recent memory. If I had to bet my bottom dollar on it. And it's like, Tajay, he dunked it every chance he can get. He was trying to, I'm trying to break the rim. And it's like Kingston, he just more of a, like, he'll lay it up, his elbow is over the rim, and he'll just put it off the glass. It's like, bro, just turn it over and dunk it. Like, it's like dunking isn't a priority to him. So I was glad to see that he finally dunked one tonight. Like, hey man, please, last something like this. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
Cameron Carr was 3 of 3, all 3-pointers in the first 12 minutes of this game. He shot the ball one more time in the last 28 minutes. And he missed it. He was 3 of 4 to end the game. I think that is crazy.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Hey man, you knew things were gonna. You knew things. I mean, if you're patient and have control over your emotions, you could tell that this game was probably going to come back to us.
Oh yeah,
because Carr hit 2 logo shots, and not only logo shots. I mean, they were rainmakers.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like, that ain't going to last all night. That's just not.
they were
I mean,
7 of their first 8.
I appreciate the dude's game, and he can flat out play, but he ain't making 28-footers all night long.
He can hoop for sure. He could definitely hoop.
Roy, watching old Cats episodes, and saw that you not only went to the 24 Big 12 tournament, but also seemed quite happy to be there. Okay. I did go. I mean, I don't want to trash something until I've done it. It just wasn't for me. The seating was not great, and I don't want to travel 4 weeks in a row. And if I would have been going to Oklahoma State and then the Big 12 tournament and then 3 weekends in a tournament, it'd have been 5 weeks in a row, and I don't want to do that. Because the tournament, you're at these locations for 5 or 6 days. And, we're trying to do this on a budget at some point. I don't have a company credit card. That might change things.
You are the company, Ryan.
Well, that's the problem. Is I feel the company.
I bet my bottom dollar on Roy
On the Big 12 tournament. No, not betting it there.
You're gonna have to we're gonna have to start doing a lot more commercials.
Yeah, well, we're going to do a telethon, I think. GoCoogs Giving Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'll do it.
Okay. Well, that just solves some problems.
Call in time with Mike Honcho. Stupid human tricks with Mike Honcho. It's not OnlyFans, but
Yeah. Watching you at Golden Corral is kind of like OnlyFans for some people.
yeah, it could be.
Hey, man.
I might pay to watch that.
Hey, fellas. Getting into the weeds here.
Cooper Flagg said the same thing as AJ DeBon. Here's the thing. Cooper Flagg, if he was making what people said, $20+ million, another year in college would not have been the worst thing. But
Well, hold on.
He reclassified to come to college a year early so he could avoid this class. And it's probably the smartest thing anyone's done in a decade.
He would still be the number 1 overall. Who was
He
it?
would.
Was it Jamal Mashburn a couple of weeks ago that said he wouldn't be in the top 5?
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Which is idiotic.
and that was like literally days after he just popped off for 45 in the NBA. It's like, I think everybody's forgetting. I mean, trust me, I was not a Flag fan. I was going to use the nickname for him, but I don't think I'll do that.
I don't know what his nickname is, but thank you.
Not his nickname, his fans.
Okay.
But I was not a big fan of his. But got to respect game is game. And
Yeah.
he's better than every player in the draft this year. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Big Jack says the Elite 8 is probably the ceiling. I don't know how you know that, what the difference in an Elite 8 and a big Final Four team is. It's about matchups, locations, timing, all that.
Oh, Big Jack.
I thought last year, Florida, their peak or their ceiling was Elite 8. And then Walter Clayton decided he was going to go on a generational bender.
Yeah. All you need is one.
You get a hot guard in the tournament, and they
hot any player really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but guards is where you
guard. Yeah, especially hot guard. But
I mean, the last time Kansas, when they won their title in 22, it was the Arizona State transfer.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
popped off.
Remy.
Yeah, Remy Martin.
Mhm. Random as hell.
And his cousin Kovacier.
Random as hell.
I mean, dude, especially a good shooting guard, they can go off, and there ain't nothing you can do about it, man. And they might be at an Amazon warehouse in 2 years. Never know.
Something about the March Madness basketballs. If you favor them, it could get ugly. It could get ugly.
What's the difference for a shooter?
Doug
What's the
Adair
difference in
from St. Francis, and what was the kid from Oakland?
Jack Granke?
Golke?
Golke. Yeah. Golke. Yep. Yeah. And it's because you're playing in those, like, at least like for shooters, for sure. You got a basketball that has like good grip, and then you're playing in good shooting arenas, and it's just like, it's just me and the rim, and it's just like it can turn into 10 threes for you. And
that thing looks like this big.
It's like throwing a rock in the ocean, man. So it's like I'm saying, you just never know. Or you can only hit 1 3, and you leave the elite, and you get exited in the Elite 8 by Villanova. It's like it can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like just a matter of whenever luck whenever luck is in your favor.
Yeah. All right, Galen, we're going to eject you from this show. You can go on and do your life things.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you like 10. Yeah.
Got to go to work. Got to go.
Hey, brother. Absolutely.
Get prepared for sales calls, baby.
Absolutely. You know, I had a long, hard day today. I worked 45 minutes. Looking forward to it tomorrow. All righty. All right, fellas, y'all be easy, man.
All right, man. Settle down.
Absolutely.
How soft. What a guy. Anyways, that was Galen Robinson. He used to work here. Out of 100, what is your confidence Chris has won and done? I'm at 95, 97 maybe. 90. Yeah, I think it's a 95.
70.
Really?
Yep.
I think that would surprise a lot of people in this program.
But I mean,
we'll ask Kellen Sunday. Hey, is he staying? Kellen, giving me the stink eye. But yeah. Brad, any thoughts on Coach Q's first season at Louisiana?
First season is first season. I mean, it's not indicative of anything. Even if he won 25 games, I would still say it's different things. He's got to get his guys in. I mean, he's gonna be. I think he's gonna. I mean, he's cut from the Samson cloth. Our first season was terrible, and I don't want to say he's going to turn it around exactly like Coach Sampson, but it's going to take time. You got to build that culture, and it's difficult. It's difficult in this day and age, even for Coach Sampson to do it, because he's still got the cachet of his name, being a Hall of Famer and being an NBA guy as well. But you're going to have to hit on some really important players early. You're going to have to hit on a point guard. You got to be able to get a point guard. Doesn't matter if it comes through the portal or not, but if you can get a point guard, you can make up for a lot of ills with a good one.
Yeah.
Whether you can keep them or not, you have to figure that out.
Yeah, it's a different world. I wanted to talk with Galen about this. I totally forgot about Alvin Brooks getting let go at Lamar yesterday.
Yeah, we talked about them. But
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
probably started off talking about that a little too long. But hey, that was
Oh.
what came up.
Yeah. That sucks. I don't understand how you do that to an alum after a year after you give him an extension.
Not even a year. It's literally
Yeah.
September. He got it in September.
Wow.
He got the raise or I don't know, 3-year extension in September.
That's brutal.
It's like, hey, had a good year last year, kicking off a really interesting, fun season. Here's a extension, and the season's not even over with. And hey, get out of here. I didn't know Lamar had that kind of money to throw around.
I mean, it's probably $500,000. I don't know what his buyout is, and that's the whole ball game. So
Right.
I don't know, but I don't like it. And I've never thought Alvin was a 1. I've always thought he was a 2. I think he's very good backing somebody up, but not so great out front. But he was my first coach that ever gave me any time, that ever gave a. I mean, he is. He's the first guy to ever give a crap. And the day he was fired, he gave me 30 minutes. And one of our photographers from back in the day, Pete Madrano, who's passed away, took a photo of me. I came from a work thing, and I was in a suit and suspenders, looking like a dork. And he took this black and white photo, and my mother had it in her house for years. Like, she didn't have any other photos of me except this one with my butt cut talking to Alvin Brooks the day he got fired. So, I mean, he got fired and came into the gym and talked to me for half an hour that day. That was, I didn't think I gave it enough credit at the time for how big a deal that was. When does U of H get the Big 12 revenue? That will come in May. I am sure that Eddie will be checking the account like every 3 minutes. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? So,
Got to get that payday loan.
yeah, don't do that. That's the entire history of this university is payday loans. So don't do that. Hot damn. Gardner Webb, who was 3-28, just beat 13-18, now 13-19, SC Upstate. 3-28. That's not great. They had a win in January. They had a win they had 2 wins in December. Oof, that is some bad basketball. And they win a conference tournament game. Good for them. Entertaining. Brad, why do you think this team is having these slow starts the last few games?
It seems we're a little bit off offensively, but defensively, I don't notice that we're doing anything bad. I just think the last couple of games, some they come out hot. I mean, kind of like how Milo started. He wasn't making anything, but he was getting to the right spots, getting the right shots. I'm like, hey man, the ball's not falling. It's not going to last forever. You don't think? And on their end, they weren't missing a thing, and they were hitting contested threes, and they were hitting threes that were just. I'm not going to guard someone 30 feet away from the basket. You want to shoot it from there? Fine, have it.
Yeah. In their last 2 games, Baylor had been crazy in the first halves. They were shooting 54% in the first halves. Today they were 14 to 23 at one point, or 14 to 22, which is 55%. and then they'd fallen apart in the second halves. But they came out just on fire. They did the same thing today.
Mm-hmm.
Happens. Sometimes it's just
and I think
the good side.
I think it's a positive thing for this team to be able to go through, especially tonight. I mean, I'm not trying to say, that, hey, it's good that we were down by 10 in the second half or whenever it was, but you have to win ugly. You have to win ugly at times. We haven't had many ugly wins, and we've let games get away from us. And I didn't really like the body language in the 3-game losing streak. So it's good to see this team struggle a little bit and then just stick with it and keep grinding because eventually it's going to come back around.
Do you think body language means that much?
I mean, body language is everything.
Okay.
I mean, it tells you what's in the head of a player. 100%.
Okay. I mean, I think there's some value to it, but I don't think it's that important.
Well, you can't.
Ryan,
The thing is, you can't fake body language.
you can't fake it, but I don't know. Calvin Sampson has some colorful body language, and sometimes it's funny, and sometimes I don't think it matters.
He's not the one playing, but
I
I
agree.
know he puts value in body language
Yeah, probably.
as far
But I
as
mean, he's a coach. He should.
deciphering it.
Tough week for your baseball squad. Just a loss to McNeese, a loss to Louisiana, lost to, I think, Northeastern. They were ranked number 2 this week. pretty bad.
Being fifth best in Louisiana is not. I mean, there's a lot of
Hey,
good baseball done.
Hey, a lot of good baseball in Louisiana. You finish in the top 6, top 7, you're fine. You're fine. Who cares? It's basically still February baseball.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You lost to McNeese. You lost to Northeastern. You gave up 13 to Northeastern, and you lose to Louisiana Lafayette. Thankfully, you get Sacramento State this week. Shout out to U of H baseball, holding it down at number 136 in the RPI. Yep. Didn't think you were
I
gonna...
mean, back in the old days when we had a baseball program, the season really never started until May.
Yeah. April 1st, I felt like you always knew kind of where you were, but May 1st, you definitely knew.
Right.
But I think April 1st. Who's shooting around, Ryan? So there were 2 student assistants. I don't know their titles, but student assistants. They were shooting over here to my left. One of them hit like 6 or 7 from 3. And he knocked the ball kind of ricocheted one of them and knocked my camera over about, 45 minutes ago. And it's dark. I can't even see who's shooting down at the other end right now. But yeah, I see that Andy Yanez looks a lot better in the lighting than I do right now with the glasses, but whatever. I was a huge body language coach. I felt like bad body language tells the other team they have a chance. Maybe. I've never really thought about it that much, but if y'all think it's important, then neat. Did you see any of the Big 12 women's tournament today with that horrible court?
No. I saw it on Twitter. I saw the excerpts on Twitter.
I saw the U of H women's score, and I decided to turn the game on because, they were keeping it, and they did. They played with BYU all night. They ended up losing. Season's over. But I thought, they played pretty well with the limited talent they have. But that court, you went and spent $3 million on a brand new court, a glass court, so you can show off. And then you put the same ugly freaking wannabe Louis Vuitton bullshit out there that you had last year. I don't understand. What's the point?
Exactly. Exactly. What's the point? If you're going to run out that TCU had a baby and launched it into the sun with freaking Oregon,
Oregon
why are you
is probably worse.
Why are you going to put that? When
Go
you can
right
make
back to that.
anything in the world, you choose that you've already done. I mean, did they get like constant reviews saying, "Hey, man, that dog shit you put on the court last year was awesome. Please do that again." That definitely didn't make me insane watching it.
Yeah, it looks darker this year. Maybe I'm just seeing it on a different TV, but man, it's just awful looking.
The good thing is that even though it's on glass, I don't think it's going to be near as slippery for our team as our floor. I mean, I don't know if ice is as slippery as our floor, at least for our players.
You're not a fan? No? Okay.
Well, I don't know. So people are sliding and falling down all the time.
It happens. But yeah, I'm not a. Do you think it's more on this floor than others?
Do what?
You think they fall down on this floor more than they do others?
Well, it seems like they fall down quite a bit.
Okay.
But then again,
I mean, the way you play,
Emanuel always falls down.
He's just gonna be falling his entire life.
We almost had a Sasser split with Kingston.
Kingston, yeah.
That was concerning.
He's a tough kid. I mean, look at that.
It's terrible.
All the money, $3 million, and a Windex deal, and you still are putting this out there.
I mean, it looks like they just unfolded a tarp inside the 3-point line. I mean, at least iron the damn thing. Or is that
It
like
really
sections? Is that sections of the glass?
Sections of the court, yeah.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ!
It may be.
Terrible.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's terrible.
But it looked more khaki last year. This looks more gray to me.
I need to figure out, come up with a company to just bilk these idiots out of all kinds of money, dude.
That shows that you have limited imagination if you haven't figured out how to do it.
I know. They need to teach that in school. Grifting.
Everyone hates the Big 12 tournament court again. Yeah, there are articles, like aggregation articles, being written about this.
Yes.
Criticism was so rampant that Brett Yormark had to defend it in media sessions. Oof.
I hope the internet just
Oh my God.
unleashes hell on it. Dude, what's up with all these burger CEOs eating their burgers for the first time?
Uh-oh. Here we go. Hang on.
It is different. It's all of that.
What are you doing?
Fluff is giving a sermon on the court and the lighting. You think the lighting helps?
The lighting definitely helps. Well, the lighting definitely helps, of course.
Thinking of grifting, thank God the One Piece shit is over.
The red, the UH in the middle.
I'll tell you this.
Like if you look at that UH
As a promotion, it did exactly what it was supposed to do.
That's kind of like the same vibe. Different, but same vibe.
All right.
But it's all Cougars, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it did exactly what it's supposed to do as a promotion.
They made $1 million off of it. Today, I noticed it way more than I did the first two times. There were some weird looking kids in here. Like
Sure.
you could tell they were here for the anime stuff. Just goofy looking, unshaven, unwashed, never seen the sun. Did we talk on this show about One Piece and what happened at St. John's?
No.
So One
I'm
Piece
aware of.
on the 28th, so I think that was last Saturday, was going to do the same thing at St. John's. And either the day before, maybe 2 days before, St. John's just sent out like a tweet, a press release saying, thanks for the interest. We're not doing this anymore. I mean, 20,000 people were going to, be there at Madison's. They put out a press release, a tweet, and just said, thank y'all for all the interest. It's been overwhelming. We're not giving away the One Piece stuff anymore. So people had spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I mean, think of what they were spending for tickets here and then multiply that by a Madison Square Garden cost.
Right.
And St. John's just said, we're not doing it. Thank y'all. And so I started asking around, and I asked people in this program, and they're like, we hadn't even heard this. And so they went and found it. And apparently NYPD said, you can't do this, because they thought they were going to have a riot with these thousands of people looking for One Piece and then the thousands of scalpers outside. They just said, nope.
Well, I mean,
and St. John's just ate it.
Wow. That's why you can't have nice things, New York.
Yeah, but just the whole thing is goofy.
Hey man, I've played
It's
the
fine.
division. I know how New York gets down.
I have no idea what you just said.
Video game. There might be a couple.
I believe you.
Talk about. No. Hey man, if One Piece wants to come back and they're gonna pay us, and two, people are gonna keep showing up, and three, it's gonna be all over the interwebs about it. Dude, better than empty seats, right?
Better than empty seats. Accurate.
Hey, and guess what, fans? You can make a couple of $100 per game for a few games.
Jamie says, I wish we had more One Piece. Made $200 on the way to my car for that damn card.
Nice.
I don't understand any of it. That Windex sponsorship is pretty nice. Yeah. It's not Sparkle, but
Sparkle,
it's better.
you missed your calling.
yeah. Your Mark said the court will change as the rounds progress. That sounds like we're just CYA. Hi from Australia. Spence says I made $175 tonight.
Very nice. Well played. Hey,
Oh,
man.
boy. I read this, and I read, Towns, do you have a rub down? And I just got so
Okay.
nervous, but it says rundown of what needs to happen to the baseball program. I'm going to let you get that together and maybe talk about that Sunday night. How about that?
I mean, there's
You
not a
are-
lot. I mean, it's just you gotta start over. You gotta start over. You gotta.
You need to, I mean, not even foundation. You got to rip the foundation out.
Yep.
And
Gotta start from scratch.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
it's been too long. I mean, the program has been irrelevant for so long. I mean, are there any players in high school that were in their formative years that remembers U of H as being a good baseball program? And the thing is, good is relative. I mean, there's 300 some odd baseball programs in America. So you can say that you're average, and in normal world, average sounds, it's not terrible. Well, but only 64 make the tournament. And out of the 300 or so that play baseball, only about 100 teams are really decent teams. Maybe. I mean, in that 100 includes a lot of Big Ten teams that are just terrible, that couldn't play for teams down in the South.
yes.
But there's no reason to be really in the state of Texas and have a team that's consistently not even in consideration for the tournament. I mean, you don't even start the season with a hope of being in the tournament unless you somehow. I mean, we've literally, for the last 5 years at least, have started the season knowing that, one, our regular season schedule is complete dog shit.
Yes.
And the only way that you're going to get into the tournament is you better win 45 games or win the conference tournament. And now we're having
Yes.
struggled just to get into the conference tournament.
Get into, not win, get into.
Yeah.
You last made the tournament in 2018. I remember it was Baylor and Iowa was the 4. And I can't remember who the other team was. But, I mean,
We were
it's been a long
we were
damn.
3 in South Carolina. Is that right?
Was that 2017 or 2018? I can't remember. You won the 2018 regular season.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that, you have to be able to recruit, and you're not doing it. You're not doing it consistently,
Well, yeah. You're
and
gonna
you don't have the relationships with the programs. And that's been a problem for the entire time I've been here.
You've got to not only, I mean, the thing is, you got to recruit always, but you either better get elite players, or you got to recruit talent that you can develop and be able to develop that talent. That's one of the things that Rayner thought, that I thought that Rayner did really, really good job of early in his tenure, is that they were able to identify a little bit under the radar guys and give them an opportunity at U of H and really develop them into elite players. And then you're, kind of like with Galen, you start getting better and better players. And, they did it. But then when it fell hard, it fell hard. And then we had a good run here for a little bit with the best pitching coach the game's ever known. And
Okay.
since then, it's not been good. So
It is not. It's been a long time. I went the last year of Rosenblatt when it was South Carolina, and oof. That's hard. That's difficult. Rosenblatt was the place, and TD Ameritrade, or whatever they call it now.
I mean,
not
I haven't
even
been
in
to,
that
haven't
conversation.
been to the new TD Ameritrade, but I did go to Rosenblatt when, what's his name? Todd
Todd
Helton
Helton.
was a pitcher for Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Mark Kotze was a pitcher, center fielder for Fullerton. I think that was the year. Was that the year of Warren Morse, or was that
Warren Morse was
Warren Morse, sophomore year?
1996. Yeah. I think you're off by a year.
I saw Tennessee. I saw Clemson. I saw Fullerton. I saw LSU take batting practice. But LSU was in the College World Series every year back then.
Yeah. Those were the days.
But Rosenblatt
Just looking,
lost.
yeah. Tennessee would have been there 95. So that's what you saw. LSU won it in 91, 93, 96,
fact, I think
97, 2000.
In my mind, I swear that Todd Helton and Mark Kotze faced each other in a pitching duel.
Okay. I believe you. That I don't have any clue about. All right, let's end this. We've been going for almost 2 hours, and it's 12:30 in the morning.
I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, though.
Yeah, it's pretty
On a
fantastic.
Wednesday.
Last time we'll be in this building this year. So the basketball team, when they're on the road or they're neutral, they only practice at Guy V. They practice here just for home games. So Emanuel, Milos, Ramon, and Kalifa will never do anything meaningful in this building again. Shooting practice, playing. It's wild. You just felt like you were going to explode tonight, and you finally did. And you went on a 8 or 10 minute run that just, and you didn't make a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes. I mean, this could have been a 20 to 25 point win if it made anything.
Truth. Yeah, it's
All
come
right,
by
Brad.
fast, man. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But it is what it is, and we're getting to that time of the season. And the thing that I hate about it is, I've always liked the journey, and it turns into, I don't know, it just feels more transactional at the end because it's all about the results. I mean, the results outweigh everything else.
Yeah.
To
Well,
most everyone.
I mean,
And it's understandable.
the journey is great until Valentine's, and then it is transactional.
Mhm.
And I mean, jobs are lost, programs go into the toilet. It just kind of crazy,
But if there's anybody capable of a 9-game winning streak, 10-game winning streak, it's our U of
well,
H.
number
Cougars.
one, you don't need that. You need 6.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. The next week and a half are completely irrelevant to how this season's going to be remembered.
True.
No one is going to look back and think, well, remember we did win the Big 12 tournament. No one's going to think that.
Some people. won't.
So, I mean, a very few amount
I
of
will.
people will.
I mean, I'm not going to take those. Never going to take those for granted.
Okay.
But that's not what our goals
Yeah.
are centered around Big 12
Well-
regular season title and
And you're not built for it either. It's just not.
getting dubs in April.
Yeah.
It's weird to say that.
It is, but it's true. Anyways, give me your final thoughts real quick. Or not.
Well, no, I mean, it's been good, difficult, little, and it's, if we would have lost games early, it would feel different than losing them late. But I mean, we're right where we need to be, and man, at least tonight, you saw, if you're like me, I saw a couple of things that said, okay, if we can do that more consistently, we really got something. And that's JoJo contributing offensively and staying out of foul trouble, and Milos getting to the paint. Those are good things. I mean, that's exactly what we need to be able to do. And it looked like that was the intent of what they were doing. They weren't a byproduct of situations.
Everything's still out in front of you. You're going to be a 2 seed in the tournament, the conference tournament, probably a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. That's fine. I think it's going to be it's going to be an interesting finish. And I don't think you really know who you are yet. Like, how you're defined for forever is still out there. And that's kind of fun. So, thank y'all so much. Tomorrow night, the 4 quarters guys have Amari Thomas on the show. Sunday night, Kellen Sampson joins us on Talking About Them Cougars, and we'll be here Saturday afternoon after the Oklahoma State matinee. So you got a podcast tonight, you got a podcast Thursday, you got one Saturday, you got one Sunday, and then you go into the Big 12 tournament. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Not an endorsement, just a guy wearing a hoodie in the club. That's all it is.
Winner. Go Cougs.
Well, we're after midnight, but just
True.
Go ahead.
Cool to listen to some sports talk before watching the opening game of the Australian rules football season starting in 2 hours.
Is that already?
Have either of you ever seen the sport? Ian, thank you for tuning in. I have seen it. I used to watch it
Yes.
religiously when I was young because that's basically what ESPN was built on.
You had Denise Austin doing
Yes.
exercises in a one-piece bathing suit, and you
Yeah.
had Australian rules football and
Yeah.
senior tour golf. That's it.
I don't understand the rules, but I always liked it because people were running into each other and knocking each other down. And
It's a lot more. It's a lot easier for me to understand than the rules of cricket. I've tried 5 or 6 times to pick that up. I can't.
Yeah.
Australian rules football. I got a basis. But yeah. So thank you so much for watching. We're gonna end it now because old man's tired. See y'all Saturday afternoon.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. F- it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.